Yo, YouTube, what's crackalackajackasmacin? It's Waffleman with a video, and we got some 2K19 news this week, of course, especially with the event they had this week. But Game Informer also released an interesting article which has some interesting details. Also, reconfirmed some of the things we already know. So we're gonna take a look at this article real quick. It's gonna be a quick video, but this article is basically talking about 8 things that is coming to 2K19 that is exciting. Now, the first thing we have right here is you see the takeover system, which is interesting because when you read it, it says the way the takeover works is players of each archetype, of course, have unique ways to exert their dominance during the game. For instance, playmakers try to take over by setting teammates, lockdowns, by getting steals, good defense, sharpshooter shooting, etc, etc. And it says that once that player does those things or does some of those things, they get an indicator under the player that notifies the whole court that they're in the takeover right now. They're in the takeover phase. So once activated, you will see a fire badge underneath the player, which sounds like getting hot, but I think it sounds a lot more different than and more complex than just getting a hot or a hot symbol next to your name. So it's saying that you get boosts to certain badges, and you can also get cold, which it's sounding like a lot like hot and cold and being cold on the court, but I think it's a little bit more than that. And actually, it sounds kind of a lot more like the grand badge. Like, I know 2K, they removed the grand badge from 2K18. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure a lot of people complain about it, because if you play the end of 2K17, it wasn't that easy to get the grand badge after a while, man. Sometimes you were doing a lot for the team and you still wouldn't get that grand badge to pop up. So, I don't know, the grand badge could be making a return. If so, could be cool, honestly. I wouldn't mind the grand badge returning to 2K19. I never had a problem with it. And besides, even if a player got hot, that doesn't mean they're going to be crazy dominant. I mean, you could still stop them. So, it'll be interesting to see what this takeover system really is about, man. And then we got the draft, reduced clipping, which is basically people's bodies going into each other or going through each other. They're basically saying that they're going to have a lot more fluid animations, a lot more fluid body contact in 2K19, and that these animations that where you just miss a player or a player just goes right by you like you're even there, it's not going to happen. It's going to be some real physical initiative contact. So that's good. The next thing is important for lockdown defenders, the stealing system. Well, not just lockdown defenders, but just everybody in general, because you might be playing on defense and someone's guarding the other man, and you might come help them. And this is especially in the post, man, because if you go help and double team a player in the post, it's like they're not even getting double team. I mean, honestly, it's like they're not even getting double team. Sometimes, or most of the time, you double team that player, it doesn't matter. It's like you're not even there. You're not even going to get a steal. You're not going to get a poke ball. You're not going to get anything to force that player to pick up his dribble, which is annoying, and it makes double teams useless sometimes in this game. So they rebuilt the steal system, so now that if you actually happen to get a good time steal, or another person comes off defending off ball and you see a place where you can get the ball, they're saying that that ball will become a loose ball now. You'll probably get a steal off that, or at least poke the ball out a little bit, or at least force some type of pass to the player. So that sounds good, man, because too many times people are just dribbling, and listen, it's not even just point guards, shooting guards dribbling. You got stretch bigs on the park dribbling the ball. You got all these different builds dribbling the ball. Post players posting up, getting double team, not losing the ball. It's just all that stuff that needs to be addressed, which hopefully the new stealing system looks like it might address that. Returning skills to one-on-ones. They're saying lockdown. They're talking about basically blow-by animations, and they're talking about really focusing players to actually use dribble moves and use skill to actually get past other players rather than the blow-by. Actually, the blow-by animation might be one of the worst cheeses in 2K. I mean, of course, we had in previous 2Ks the Euro step cheese, the hot step layup. I mean, you got to go all the way back in those 2Ks to see that shit was cheese. But the blow-by was really cheese because you can do it on a lockdown defender. You can do it on a lockdown defender, which is ridiculous. And on the other hand, a lockdown defender could do it to you. So anybody can do a blow-by animation, which it's trash, man. It's really trash. A lot of people do it on the park, and it sucks, man, because you're locked down. You got lateral quickness, and you know the other player is not a playmaker. They're not a playmaker. They're not even a playmaking shot creator. So you know your lateral quickness is higher than their speed with ball. Matter of fact, your speed as a lockdown is higher than their speed with ball. So for them to be able to blow past you by using a blow-by makes absolutely no sense at all, especially when you have defensive stopper, which apparently is supposed to be lowering their attributes as well. So it doesn't make any sense. So hopefully that the blow-by animations, it looks like it's addressed. They're also saying that if you're a defender, you can't just rely on the left trigger, which I don't know who even uses the left trigger all the time, 100%. You shouldn't be using the left trigger 100% of the time when you're playing defense. Anyways, they also say they removed the automatic shot contest. Now, I never use the automatic shot contest because I hate it, because you be jumping randomly. That's why I never use the automatic shot contest. I like to jump on my own, and I like to actually stay on my feet most of the time. So they're removing it for everybody, which kind of sucks because people just have it on as an option, which it's your fault for having the option on anyways, but I guess it's good for the community, more competition. Also saying they're going to bring back with unique street ball moves. They're going to bring back more crazy park dribble moves, man. More crazy park dribble moves for park or in the blacktop mode, which I'm going to be interested in, to see it, because back in 2K15, 2K16, you saw a lot of people doing these crazy dribble moves on the park just for fun. 2K18, you don't really see it that much, man. I mean, I have it on my playmaking shot creator. I have it on my pure playmaker, but it's not the crazy, ridiculous, park dribble moves. It's some crazy dribble moves that you have to have a 90 ball handling to do, but it's not those crazy park moves from back in past 2Ks. You guys already know the shot meter improvements. You got 2 shot meters in the game. Apparently, they say you could choose team colors, white or magenta, as the shot meter colors. But yeah, man, they're including both shot meters in 2K19. Layups will also have shot meters too, because people in this year's 2K, some people were taking wide open layups, missing the layups, contested layups, going in sometimes, and it's like, it's inconsistent. But now we got shot meter improvements, so I'm glad that they're making a stride to take this next step. And of course, stronger interior defense. Listen, like I said, sometimes you're in the paint, you got playmakers making layups, you got all these builds making shots, and even on a pure rim protector, sometimes they will make some of those shots, which is kind of crazy. So hopefully, this defense that they're talking about in 2K19 really is better, man, because interior defense this year, sometimes it was all right, especially like it says right here, moving into high traffic areas. You don't understand how many times in walk-on pro-am I see players make shots in a lot of traffic. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, man, the last thing on this list is AI improvements, which I guess doesn't really matter, because I guess this is talking about quick game or team up on my team, which I guess is cool. It's always good that the AI gets better. But yeah, man, the main things about this article talking about is the defense, street ball moves, shot meter, the stealing system, and apparently maybe Grand Bash is coming back into 2K19, man. So if you want the link to this article, it's in the description. But the news is coming out, man. Slowly but surely, NBA 2K19 news is coming out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a lockdown defender first, man. I might. So looking at the defensive changes, man, but I usually don't, because I always want an offensive build first, and a lockdown defender isn't that. But maybe this might be the year I make a lockdown defender first, man. I don't know, man. It's gonna be an interesting build. Maybe I make 2 builds at the same time. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, man, leave a like for more. I'm out for now. Peace.